committee for the great work you do in investing your time and seeing that I, as a former state employee, have a reasonable income. I'm just amazed at the work that you're doing. I retired from state government in 1996 and from the Department of Forest Parks and Recreation. And, I got retirement funds. And, what's a big deal? You just decide where you're going to invest your money. I have no idea the work you're doing is so complicated. And I'm so grateful to you that I can still lead a life of reasonable comfort. So thank you from the deepest of my heart. When I retired in 1996,
would you mind providing your name?
Oh, George Plumb, I'm sorry. And I've got one copy of the handout if you want to use this for the record. When I retired in 1996,
Your name, sir?
George.
I'm sorry, okay.
When I retired in 1996, I immediately became an environmental activist. And, for the last 20 years, I've been working 20 to 40 hours a week with groups like the Sierra Club, and I headed up my own environmental organization, Vermonters for Sustainable Population. So I've been active in the environmental movement. I've also personally walked the talk. I was one of the first in Vermont to install an all-earth renewable all-sun tracker system. One of the first in Vermont to drive an all-electric vehicle, and still do. And at 78, it's a challenge in the winter, but I figure it's part of my responsibility to do it. So I've really tried to live in every way I can a responsible life in terms of reducing my carbon emissions, including not even flying in a jet plane. I've only flown once in my entire adult life in a jet plane. I know that's a huge contributor to carbon emissions. So this is a moral issue. And we talk about morality being a personal thing. We have to make individual moral choices. I say it's more than individual moral choices. It's also institutions and organizations and government agencies that have to make moral choices and have a responsibility to do so. And this last Sunday, although I'm a Unitarian Universalist, and this last Sunday in my church, little Unitarian Universalist church in Washington, struck a match and lit a candle for the Pope, for fondly acknowledging that this is a moral responsibility. And my minister kind of kidded during their sermon about George lighting a candle for the Pope. Can't believe it. But times are changing, culture is changing, and I hope you folks will change in your investments. I'm also a delivery boy for the Green Energy Times, which is published off the grid in Bradford, Vermont. And I hope you'll all pick up the issue. I'm going to be delivering this afternoon in the co-op and large grocery stores and whatnot. The current issue of Green Energy Times has an article, key article, that says climate change and the dreaded point of no return. When will we have gone too far? And in it, the article states that Greenpeace says that we have until 2020 to significantly reduce our carbon emissions output around the world, to the tune of 5% annual reductions in emissions overall if we are to avoid so-called runaway climate change. Other sources give different years, but the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says we have until 2042.
George, time's up. I'll give you 2 seconds to make a final point, and then we'll move on to the next speaker.
Okay. Well, I would just urge you, as part of your moral responsibility, to please make a decision and divest from this time coal plants. And if you do so, I'll light a candle for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next